Coming up on the Rockbridge Report, we'll tell you what Lexington tourist attraction gets into gear this weekend. But first, learn why local coffee shops are brewing up higher prices. And later, a local landmark is entertaining residents for its 61st season. All this and more on the Rockbridge Report. Good afternoon and welcome to the Rockbridge Report. I'm Caroline Helms.
And I'm Katie Geddes. Lexington police urge residents to lock their doors and secure their valuables as theft has become one of the most common crimes in the community. According to Police Captain Bucky Miller, Lexington had a string of car break-ins earlier this year, and recently some W&L students have had things taken from their dorms.
I think what happens a lot of time with student housing is you guys are gone for such a long time when you go on breaks. Nobody watches your house. So if I'm a criminal and I know that, everybody knows when you leave, and I know no one's in those houses, it makes it easier for me to break into them.
Both campus and city officials recommend that people keep their doors locked to prevent theft and not take advantage of the secure feeling of the community. One Washington and Lee University official is worried that county ordinances aren't doing enough to address the safety of off-campus student housing. Dean Don Watkins says the lax ordinances have resulted in substandard living conditions for students.
Our county ordinances are actually in line with other county ordinances, other like counties. The exception is we also have a major university here and many students live out in the county. And so while our codes look like other rural counties, they are not well suited to thinking about high rental turnover properties. And the county has been resistant to increase the local zoning ordinances related to rental properties.
Inspections are optional in Rockbridge County unless the tenant asks for one. In Lexington, the city is required to inspect rental properties every 4 years. Both the city and county require landlords to address safety issues. The differences between the two codes has been a topic of discussion since a recent fire at an off-campus student house on Furs Mill Road in the county.
The Buena Vista City Council passed a proposal to add a $13 surcharge to every resident's water bill. In November 2009, a report found that Buena Vista's largest water source, Dickinson Well, was contaminated with fecal matter. The new charge will help pay for the city to find a new filtration system, but City Manager Tim Dudley says the charge may not appear on residents' bills. It could instead turn into a usage fee to pay for the project. In the midst of Buena Vista's financial crisis, the BV Fire and Rescue Squads are asking the City Council for $10,000 to join the Rockbridge Regional Fire and Rescue Commission. When the commission was formed this past October, both Lexington and Rockbridge County joined, but Buena Vista declined. The Lexington and Rockbridge County squads are also being asked to contribute money for the commission's startup costs. The commission's goal is to promote better fire and rescue services in the area, and BV wants to join so it can be represented among the other regions. Council members are hesitant to grant the squad more money in this tough financial time, but the issue will be discussed again at the April 7th meeting. County residents are hoping to raise chickens on their properties don't need to fear. The Rockbridge County Board of Supervisors approved a zoning change on Monday, allowing residents to have up to 6 chickens per 1 acre of property. The change also states if any chicken is killed by a stray dog, the chicken owner will be reimbursed $10 per bird by the county. Many county residents were in attendance for the public hearing, and most were in support of the change. Some cited the environmental benefits of raising chickens, including the decreased yard and landfill waste.
Washington and Lee University junior Harrison Hudson has been indicted by the a Rockbridge County grand jury on 4 felony charges of marijuana distribution. According to court documents and the sheriff's office, Hudson distributed an ounce of marijuana on 2 occasions last year to an undercover informant on W&L's campus. Hudson was arrested February 10th. He was the leading receiver and second leading rusher on the W&L football team and helped the Generals make the NCAA Division III playoffs for the first time in 5 years. No court date has been set. The price of coffee beans has risen drastically over the last 9 months because of increased demand, plus harsh winters and pests in Latin and South America. And Lexington's coffee shops are definitely feeling the effects. Lexington Coffee Shop has taped a notice to its counter explaining to customers the reason for the higher prices. And Lexington Coffee Roasting Company has had to raise prices for the shops it supplies.
Certainly our customers who are quality-oriented coffee houses and espresso bars throughout the East Coast are unsettled by rising coffee prices. It is difficult for everyone.
Experts believe the higher prices will not deter coffee lovers from continuing to buy their favorite beverage.
Coming up, we'll tell you what local group made a splash in Lexington this weekend.
But first, one Virginia university is taking its first trip to the NCAA Final Four.
Let's turn over this log. Yeah. Whoa! I like the big black ones. I like the brown wiggly ones.
I like the green crunchy ones myself.
Whoa.
Get out and explore nature. There's surprises everywhere. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Anyone up for dessert?
The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids.
Fewer than a dozen people attended the first public meeting to discuss the proposed consolidation of Maury River Middle School and Rockbridge Middle School.
But as Rockbridge reporter Brooks Simmons reports, those who were there had a lot of questions for school board members.
My concern is that site is limited in size, pour money in a place, and then it's going to, I feel like it'd be inadequate.
Some residents from the Fairfield area spoke out against the consolidation of the 2 middle schools. The board wants to consolidate schools in order to save money and create more extracurricular programs for students. One student worries about attending a renovated middle school before 20-year-old Rockbridge County High School.
If you had a very state-of-the-art middle school, it would be, in my mind, almost like you're going from something really great to something that's just kind of average.
It would cost approximately $24 million to consolidate the middle schools. The board believes consolidation would be most cost-effective in the long run.
And again, what we're looking at here is utilizing one of the existing buildings that we already have.
The school board held a public meeting, but it did not resolve whether to consolidate the 2 schools. The board is waiting to make a decision until it hears more from the public.
I do think it's important that to understand that we're just not here to try to take somebody's neighborhood school away from them.
I grew up in the Fairfield area, and I understand what a lot of those folks, how strongly they feel about their local schools, and they're tired of that community out there, but at the same time, I can certainly understand what a consolidated middle school would do for us as a division.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Brooks Simmons.
The next school board meeting will be on Monday, and the consolidation of the 2 middle schools may be discussed.
Virginia Commonwealth University stunned the college basketball world by toppling #1 seed University of Kansas to reach the Final Four of the Division I NCAA tournament. The Rams are only the 3rd team from the state of Virginia to make it this far in the history of the tournament. This is VCU's first trip to the Final Four. The team has 4 contributing players from around Virginia. Senior shooting guards Brandon Rozelle and Bradford Burgess of the Richmond area, and sophomore guards Darius Theus of the Virginia Beach area and Troy Daniels of Roanoke have played a strong role in the team's success. The team plays the Butler University Bulldogs, an 8th seed, this Saturday at 6:09 to compete for a shot at the national championship game Monday. Coming up, we'll tell you where people are going on the weekends for quality food and entertainment.
But first, hear why Lexington residents are going to be sharing the streets with horses starting this weekend.
I understand you need a little help with your mortgage. Want to avoid foreclosure. Candy? Well, you know, you're in luck. We're experts in this sort of thing. Mortgage, rigmarole, whatnot. Why don't we get a contract? Who wants a contract?
Here you go, Pete.
Thanks, Betty.
Write a toner.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
This is ready. Ready? Go get it.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
Tourism is a vital part of Rockbridge County's economy.
The Lexington Carriage Company will open for the 2011 season tomorrow. Rockbridge reporter Tyler Tokarczyk has more on the popular city tour.
The Lexington Carriage Company has been providing tours of the city since 1985.
When the weather is right and the horses are running, it's a perfect way to enjoy a nice leisurely ride around Lexington.
The owner of the Lexington Carriage Company, Shayna Lehman, says the 45-minute narrated carriage tour provides a history of both the residential and business districts of the city.
Well, we go by the Jackson House, the Lee House, Lee Chapel, of course, Washington and Lee, and VMI, and we're travelers. Last home was the stable there, and let's see, Lexington Presbyterian Church, Stonewall Jackson Cemetery. Those are the main things.
The Carriage Company gives about 1,200 tours a year. That's about 6,000 people, some of whom are locals, but most are tourists.
We mainly see tourists, so especially during the summer months, you know, when families are traveling, and we're busiest in July usually.
For local residents and students, the carriage tour is an entertaining way to learn more about the history that defines the area.
If you're not from here and you move here from somewhere else, it might seem funny to go on a tour through the town where you now live, but you get to see it through different eyes.
I definitely think I have a deeper understanding of the town and the people that have lived here and who founded it.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Tyler Tokarczyk.
The Lexington Carriage Company will run every day from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. throughout April and May. In the summer months, carriage rides run from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. However, carriage rides are canceled if temperatures rise above 90 degrees.
Unfortunately for the Carriage Company, this weekend's weather won't be ideal for outdoor activities. Temperatures are expected to remain cool with a chance of rain. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a high of 54 and a low of 39. Break out the umbrellas on Saturday because the weather forecast calls for a 50% chance of rain with a high of 53 and a low of 37. Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 47. The rain returns on Monday, but the temperatures will rise to 72 with a low of 59. Thunderstorms are possible on Tuesday with a high of 65 and a low of 48.
Community member Russell Tompkins has come up with a new way to fight hunger and poverty in Buena Vista. He plans to build a community table restaurant where low-income residents can get free, nutritious food. Many residents have already volunteered to help with construction, cooking, and serving, and the restaurant is expected to be up and running in 6 months. Habitat for Humanity plans to donate equipment, the Blue Ridge Area Food Bank will supply food, and some local churches will donate money.
After last month's success at the Rockbridge Area Dance League's Rumba lesson, Let's Move Lexington sponsored activities at the community pool on Saturday. Let's Move Lexington organizers felt that the pool activities would be a good way to ease people into exercising. The day's activities included aquasize, lap swimming, and family fun to end the day. Approximately 25 residents participated in the morning class. All the Let's Move programs are designed to make fitness more fun.
I think people are always surprised. Once they get started, they do. They find that they enjoy it more, they like themselves more, and they get more involved in other things, and it grows from there.
Several events have been planned for the future, including a yoga class in April and a dog walk at the Virginia Horse Center in May.
Coming up, moviegoers in Lexington have a unique option available in the warm weather.
We'll tell you what has residents coming back again and again.
Learning how to kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Hull's drive-in movie theater is back in full swing for its 61st season.
More than 200 cars packed into the tiered lawn for opening night last Friday. Hull's has been providing family entertainment for Rockbridge County since the 1950s, but it almost closed 10 years ago after owner Frank Hull passed away. But a nonprofit group called Hull's Angels formed to raise money and keep the theater alive. Hull's is one of about 375 drive-ins left in the country.
I've heard different things like that it's pretty rare.
Yeah, it's pretty unique.
A lot of them are closing down, so I think that's really cool that Lexington still has that.
Some residents also said they go to Hull's for its popcorn, snow cones, and burgers.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Katie Geddes.
And I'm Caroline Helms. Be sure to stay tuned for our in-studio interviews with Ryan Barber, principal of Central Elementary, and Lexington City Council member George Pride.
And don't forget to check us out online at www.rockbridgereport.wlu.edu. Good night.